This is Naveed Ahmadi, Director of English Time Club. Welcome to our new set of our lessons. These are called the Power English lessons. The reason they are called Power English is because in these lessons we are going to do two things. Number one, you are going to learn English, of course. As always, we have the mini stories, which are favorite lessons for most of our members. But the content, the focus, the topics in these lessons are going to be focused on the psychology of learning and the psychology of success. Now, these ideas are not just my ideas. In fact, they come from a lot other people. They come from people like Tony Robbins, who's a famous success coach, Robert Anton Wilson, Joe Vitale, Robert Kiyosaki, Alan Watts. So I have taken a lot of ideas from a lot of different people about this topic of the psychology of success. And the reason that we are going to talk about this in these lessons is that in my experience, most English students struggle and fail because of psychology, not because of methods, not because of teachers. Those things are important. But Tony Robbins talks about the fact that psychology is 80% of success. And I think he is right based on my experience with many English students. Psychology is 80% of success. So 20% are the methods you use to study. 20% are the schools you go to, the teachers you have, the books you use. Those are important. We talk a lot about them. But the other 80% is psychology, your motivation, your emotions, how you manage your time. All of these things are, in fact, much more important. What I saw in my classes were that the enthusiastic students, the energetic students, the optimistic students always learn much faster. They succeeded. The ones who failed, the ones who dropped out and quit, the ones who struggled, had the opposite mentality. They had a very negative mentality. Their motivation was low. They tended to be pessimistic. They felt that they weren't good at English. They had ideas that English was very tough, very difficult. They struggled. They didn't have enthusiasm for English. They didn't love English. So in these lessons, we are going to talk about how can you manage your emotions? How can you develop that strong, enthusiastic attitude, powerful attitude toward English? How can you maintain it so that you don't get bored, so that in fact you get stronger and stronger with English and your psychology gets stronger and you succeed, you reach your goals, you speak fluently, effortlessly. So among teachers, language teachers, English teachers, this topic is called non-linguistic factors. Non-linguistic factors. So what non-linguistic factors means is things that are not related to language learning directly. When we talk about language learning research, when we talk about the best methods to use when you learn English, those are linguistic factors, right? They are related to the language. Non-linguistic factors means not related to the language. That has nothing to do with English. It's more about psychology. Motivation, for example, is a non-linguistic factor. So that all really means is just emotional factors. And there are actually many research studies about this topic. Dr. Stephen Krashen down in Los Angeles, again, probably the expert in language acquisition, language learning, has done many studies, and he has also looked at many studies, and he has found that non-linguistic factors are equally, or in fact more important than the linguistic factors to determine who is successful ultimately. What that means is that things like your emotions, things like your peer group, the community that you belong to, your feelings about English are as important or more important than the methods you're using to learn English. So how you're going to do this? How you're going to learn? Well, one of most important things that we have to do is create a daily English ritual. You need to engage your physiology. That means you need to engage and use your body, right? You need to engage and use your subconscious. That's how you start to affect and strengthen your psychology. So you have to strengthen your psychology. What does that mean? Really, it means affecting and using your body and your mind at the same time so that you actually feel better. Your emotions are happier while you are learning English. And I know this is the opposite of what you learned in schools. You probably didn't feel very happy when you were sitting in your English classes. But this time, when you are learning with English Time Club, it's very important for you to feel happy, for your body to feel good, for your mind to feel good, for you to emotionally enjoy the process of learning English. Of course, it's more just fun, you're gonna like it a lot better, but the other benefit is you'll actually learn faster. You will improve your grammar faster, you will improve your pronunciation faster, you will remember vocabulary words better, longer, and faster when you feel good. So there's a very practical reason for doing this too. So we are going to talk a lot in details in these lessons about how to do this. But just right now, during this introduction, let's talk a little bit about a daily plan. Something you could do immediately, right now, today, to start improving your success with English by changing your psychology. So here is a little ritual, a little plan you can follow every day to start improving, to start feeling better, and therefore improve your motivation and learn English faster and faster and faster, better, better and better. And it's very simple. So the first thing you must do is when you get up in the morning, the first part of this daily plan, I want you to get into a peak emotional state. Peak means top. For example, the top of a mountain. When we talk about top of a mountain, the very top we call the peak. So we are saying a peak emotional state, a top emotional state, or top emotional feeling means you want to feel great, not just good. You want to really feel great. That's the first thing you need to do before you listen to any English lessons, before you study. You want to first be sure that you feel great. How can you do it? Well, it's really easy. I recommend, for example, using music. And I actually do this myself in the mornings, most mornings. I will put on some great, exciting music that I love, jump around, act like a crazy person, and get myself feeling energetic and happy. Do that first before you listen. So move your body, smile. We are going to talk about it more detail in later lessons. But just for now, every morning when you get up, first put on some exciting music, some energetic, happy music that you like. Smile, move around. Do that maybe for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Then when you really feel great, your body's moving, you feel like you have energy, you are happy, then start your English lessons. The first thing you want to listen to is the main article, okay? The main audio. That's how you are going to use this lesson. So the first thing is you listen to the main talk, and you can read this as well if it's the first time. If you cannot understand easily, you can read the subtitle and listen at the same time. Do this perhaps 2 times a day, starting with a main story and reading. And use a dictionary if you need to look up new words. Next, listen to the vocabulary. So in the vocabulary, I will discuss the meanings of some of the difficult words that I use. And again, you can read the subtitle of that vocabulary lesson. There is always a subtitle you can read. If you cannot understand my speaking, if I'm too fast, then read at the same time, it's okay. Next, you will listen to the mini story, and the mini story is the most important lesson. The mini story is designed for deep learning. In the mini story, I'm going to ask a lot of very easy questions while I tell a story. In fact, I really ask the story, I don't tell the story. Why am I doing this? Students ask me, why are the questions are so easy? Well, the questions are supposed to be easy because I want you to answer fast and automatically. I want you to train your brain, to teach your brain, to answer very quickly. I don't want you to translate from your language to English or from English to your language. It's a bad habit. It will make you speak very slowly. I want you to just answer quickly, automatically, very fast. So that's why I ask so many questions. I question again. Very easy. Your job, answer the questions quickly. You can answer with only 1 or 2 words. It's okay, short answers are fine. You don't need to answer with a big long sentence. In fact, short is better. So that's the plan, that's the order you are going to follow. You are going to listen to the main article first 1 or 2 times. You can read the subtitle as well if you need to. Then you are going to listen to the vocabulary 1 or 2 times each day. And then finally you are going to listen to the mini story 1 or 2 times or more. You can also read the subtitle for the mini story in the beginning. Now, another important point, when you are listening to these lessons, do not study them, right? Do not struggle to memorize. Just relax and listen. If necessary, you can read as well, as I said, if you need to. But relax. You are not trying to memorize anything. Just let it come in. Let the English come into your ears, into your eyes. Don't think about it. Don't analyze it. Do not think about grammar. The mini stories will help you learn grammar subconsciously. So don't entrap that process by trying to analyze it. Don't think about grammar rules. You want to learn like a native speaker, and that means you are going to learn the patterns of English in these mini stories. You might not be able to explain them, just like native speaker usually cannot explain the grammar rules. But that's okay. You will use them correctly. That's the important part. So again, relax. Do not study. Do not think about grammar rules. Do not try to translate. Just listen and relax. It should be effortless. That's why we call it English time. You should be feeling good, better, relaxed, and just listening. Now, another important point. I want you to move your body. while you are listening to the lessons. This will keep your energy high. So what do I mean by that? Well, a really easy way for that is to just walk. You got your iPod, you got your you put your earphones in, listen to the lessons and go for a walk. You can do two things at the same time. You exercise, you improve your body, and listen to the English lesson. You improve your mind at the same time. If you are sitting in a train or in a bus, maybe you can stretch your body a little bit. If you are in a car, you can move a little bit. You can move around in your seat. If you are in your house, you can go crazy. You can jump around. You can exercise very strongly. You can go to the gym. Do something with your body while you are listening to the lessons. It will keep your energy high. It will keep you feeling better, and it will make you learn faster by doing this. And finally, a very important point. You need to use our deep learning method. That means you need to listen to each set of lessons for 1 week or more. So for example, this introduction, it has got 3 parts. There is a main lecture, a main talk, there is a vocabulary section, and there's a mini story. Well, those 3, you wanna listen to those 3 every day for 7 days. You want that repetition. Repetition is very important. You want to get it deeply in your brain. Just one time is not enough. Even if it's very easy for you, if you listen, you understand everything, it's simple, still follow the deep learning method. Still listen to the whole set for 1 week or more. On the other hand, if it seems very difficult, well, listen longer. 2 weeks is okay. Doesn't matter. The point is you want to get very deeply in your brain, which means you want it to be almost like effortless. It's just go into your brain and eventually come out without you thinking. And that requires deep learning. It requires a lot of repetition. So that's kind of your basic plan for these lessons. Again, you get into a peak state, you get excited, jump around, you're gonna listen to music, you're gonna feel great. Then you're going to listen to the main lecture, the main audio 1 or 2 times. Then you are going to listen to the vocabulary 1 or 2 times. Then you are going to listen to the mini story 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times every day. And remember, relax, feel good, and enjoy the lessons while you listen. Okay, that's it for our main section for introduction. Next is the vocabulary. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.